Let's go live. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. See, some of you have been here in the chat for a little bit, so I will get to readings. But I do want to let you know that I'm going to start with a group reading today. How is everybody? Hello to My Voice Tarot, Luna Moon, Georgia Peach, Well-Tempered Claire. Thanks for chiming in early, everybody, or at least your messages are. So I know I started the play a little bit early, and what I do want to share with you is that I actually went and I picked up the Primordial Tarot this week and yesterday actually at the shop where I work, and I am really, really intrigued with this deck, and it makes me kind of want to do a happy dance. So thank you for those of you that were nudging me to go and ask me, what do you think of it? What do you think of it? I can't believe I didn't know about it when it first came out, but maybe it was not readily available in Canada. I'm not sure. The Tarot of Origin, I believe it was called. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do the group reading with today. And what I've been really feeling as I've been shuffling these cards and as I looked through them yesterday was let go. And here we are, just, the full moon energy is that perfect opening portal, if you will, to let go. And so I really want to invite you to kind of close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths and just really bring to mind what it is once and for all you would like to release. And as I lay down the cards, my question is, what is it we need to know about this release? What is it we need to know? Like, why have we been holding on to it for so long? And what do we need to know about letting it go? And I think part of that, sometimes we get so comfortable in our discomfort, and that can create a problem in itself. So we need to be courageous enough to let go of it. And so that's what this reading is, and this is for you. And this is the Primordial Tarot, and this is not something that's going to hold back. And I feel like today that's what the readings, but that's what they need to be, right? And I almost want to say to you, like, I'm going to get some fire going here. We need some smoke. Stop it. Stop holding back. Stop holding back. Why are you restricting yourself in that way so you don't feel like you have the freedom to let go? So this is for you. This is about letting go. Okay. I'm going to open the chat in YouTube as well too, so I can keep up with you. I hope that you've been getting some good readings with this deck as well too. Hey, Jonathan, you're here as well too. Sorry I missed your live this morning. I had a bunch of family stuff going on. Jonathan reads Hawaii time, 6 a.m. if any of you are up on the coast with the birds. Really interesting. Here, let me split the screen so you can see the cards. How do I do this? So I'm going to go like this, and then like that maybe. There we go. Yay! Okay. That energy of, look at this. What caught my attention was this creature in the background. At first I thought, oh, that's an owl. And then I thought, no, that's an orangutan hanging over her hair. but this is her hair and this is something else. It doesn't really matter what it is, but there's this sense of wow energy behind her. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is I love the way she's tattooed. There is nudity in this deck too, so I apologize if that offends anybody. This feels really earthy. And so the question was about, what do you need to know about this process of this release? The process of this release, if you let go, will initiate, will within itself help to initiate this next step forward. So the 14s are going to be the kings. So the King of Soul. Wow, look at him. Can't you feel the energy in these cards? It's just really, really something. King of Soul. King of Cups. There's a real, don't you feel like this embodiment, this embracing of the energy? Ooh, and then we have the Fool. Okay, so now this makes total sense. I love, love, love this Fool card. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much I'm going to use this deck today, but I just am feeling really inspired by it. Okay, so what I was saying was this deck, it kind of makes me want to shout and scream and dance. And this message for you is kind of mirroring that. But what I see for you is that if you have the courage to really release today, so as soon as you get away from your computer or your phone, to go, and we have a lot of different options. But with this King of Cups here, I really feel like you've been through a whole deep process, a whole journey of the emotions. And so this is not something that's been with you for a short time. And so you might feel a little empty without it. But look at the energy of this Fool. I love the egg over the head. You know, it's like you need to embrace this. And so don't be afraid of the emptiness, or don't be afraid of the not knowing of what it's going to feel like to not carry this any longer. And be brave enough to do it. Right? Stop. What are the words? Just trying to feel the words that are coming through. Stop being less than you are. Stop being less than you are. Welcome to Janine. Oh, right. Are you in the UK? Good evening. Yeah, pretty potent card. So I'm going to go back up. I know My Voice Tarot is having, she said she's really down on herself. Oh, I'm going to go back and start with My Voice Tarot. And just a reminder to please post your questions only once. I've been well enough. Yes. Okay. So you've been down on yourself. I'm sorry to hear that. And we'll do a down on yourself. Okay. So the first thing that I want to say is that being down, the part of on myself feels a little troubling. Being down is okay. And sometimes we want to skip through the down. We want to sail through the down. We want to avoid the down. We want to make the down better. We want to fix the down. And it's just not going to help in any way. And so what is it that we need to know about the down? And how can we help you move through it? So what messages does Spirit have for My Voice Tarot? to help her move through this low period. And what does she need to know about this down? What is this down? Or do you know what this down is? It's feels like you don't exactly know what it is. Okay, well, that doesn't really help us at all. Unless, of course, there's something in the artwork that speaks to you. So grabbing this deck because that card said grab Tarot of the She, Sadhana. So I grabbed Tarot of the She. You know, it looks like the ear. What's the organ in the, it looks like the ear. Looks like a shell as well too. So not only look within, this feels like listen deeply. Jonathan's helping me with the, okay. Tell me if that's better, Jonathan. Okay, good. Sorry, I jumped off one live to another and I quickly added the second camera. Okay, so this is from My Voice Tarot. And look at the little face in there. Okay. Ooh, that was an easy cut. Like the cards, there was no effort involved here. Okay, so maybe we have some kind of a theme emerging today as far as in order to go to the next step, there's something that we need to unpack. You know, like I'm thinking of the Fool, like when we head off on an adventure, we don't need to take 4 suitcases. We just need to take what we need. So today, because we're really, really, you know, the full moon, I believe it's already waning. We're still it's like we have this opportunity. So to really like go for the process of the letting go today, because this journey, this Fool card has a big message for us today. Okay. And so my question was, not only what is this down, but how to move through this down. And so this down is despair. This down is illusion. This down is, it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. Okay, water, water, water. Okay, so number 1 is to really feel the emotion. So to make sure that you are journaling, you are expressing it, you're lying still and you're letting yourself cry, you're letting it move through you. But there is some freedom that is going to be created with this, without a doubt. So I pulled Dancer 7 and Dancer Princess as well. And the whole idea with this is that I feel like I say this all the time. There is a gift in the pain. There's a gift in the pain, and we need to find the gift of the pain. There's a reason that Spirit is keeping us quiet and still and is kind of pushing us into this emotion. And so we need to be with it. And so to really take your time with it and not to rush through it, because just there, just on the other side is this whole new opportunity, but you're not going to realize what it is unless you feel it. And then through the feeling of it, you can unpack something. So there's something to that group message for you as well today too, as well as these cards here. I feel like they're just kind of amplifying what I've already said. Mm-hmm. And you dream of suitcases and packing and unpacking all the time. And so take that metaphorically and just, you know what you could do also? Sometimes if we need help, we can take the metaphor and we can actually do it physically. Like, what if you just today went and got a suitcase or a small bag and you packed it? And maybe you put an intention into it. Like, if I were going here, this is what I would pack. And then maybe make it smaller than you normally would. And then just kind of work with, what is it I really need? What is it I really need to take? What do I actually don't need anymore? What do I not need to take? There's something to this. So let this sit with you for a little bit and let me know how you're doing. All righty. Something's gonna happen, says Georgia Peach. All righty. Some of these comments are quite far back. That's really good advice, Effie. It's not so much, we need to reflect, right? We need to reflect, we need to process. And there's this piece, there's this habit that many of us have of just holding on to the story, and we identify so strongly with the story that the story becomes our identity instead of us individually being our identity. And so it's the story we need to let go of. Hold on to the lesson, learn the lesson, and then let go of the story. Okay, who's next? Oh, Jonathan's got the list. Excellent. Well-tempered Claire is next. So where is Andrew's question? I'm not sure. I saw Andrew's question. Alrighty. Well, oh, here we go. Is that it? General advice. Okay. Jonathan, we got there at the same time. Okay. General advice. So hello to all 21 of you. If I haven't said hello to you. December 1st already. Oh my goodness. Wow. I felt like fanning the cards, but I'm not going to do that. The cards are cutting really easily today. So let's just have a look here what we've got. Okay, so the whole release, let go, slow down. There's a I'm not sure how your story is going or what you're up to right now. So we've got Four of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups. The general energy today feels like moving through some, exactly, yeah, it's about that release. I really like that there's a skull in this Five of Cups. You know, it just kind of reminds us of the significance of holding on too tightly. And oh, you weren't there. I was in I did a reading, I was on another channel earlier doing some readings. And one of the things that came through for me was finger painting. I was talking to this woman about just some sense of lightness and playfulness. And the reason I'm mentioning this, Andrew, is because I'm thinking of how can you see the cup half full instead of the cup half empty, which is part of the message of the Five of Cups, as you're aware. But there is, it feels like in the energy right now, there's this fear of letting go. There's a fear of something. And you know, we have the skull here, we have the Four of Swords here, and so it feels like right now this is not necessarily a time of moving forward for you. This is, your process is one of things need to be a little bit slower right now. That, which makes sense energetically as the moon begins to wane over the next couple of weeks. So I would say this next couple of weeks are not ones for big production. There may be some inspiring ideas that come through with that Page of Pentacles energy there, but the overall pace of this energy here feels like, give yourself this 2 weeks to really do a little bit of integration and slowing down. Is there anything else you would like to say, Andrew? Oh, well, that's good that you felt the release of the eclipse. Blame it on the double Sagittarius. So take these cards as permission. If you can't give yourself permission, then take these cards as a reminder to give yourself permission, to give yourself a couple of days at least. I would say, you know, probably a week, just to be in the energy of integration. And there might be a reason also to that is unknown to you or me, why pausing is in your highest interest, other than your health and your wellness. So next is Luna Moon. Luna Moon, what do I need to know? Thanks, Jonathan. Luna Moon. Okay, those cards are just feeling really heavy right now. I was looking for something not so heavy. And if anybody wants me to use the Primordial, let me know. Because I just feel it makes me feel kind of excited, actually. It feels brave, you know, it feels like a lot like the Tarot of the She. All right, here we go. This is for Luna Moon. What does Luna Moon need to know? What does Luna Moon need to know? I've pulled out the light seers. Okay. Oh, emotion, emotion, emotion. Ooh. Okay, all I got to say is this is not a time of action, folks. We have another King of Cups coming up here. So let's have a look at this set of cards for Luna Moon. And I just want to double check the sound on the phone. Everything is off. Okay, we're good. Please let me know if there's any other issues with the sound. Okay. Luna Moon, look at this posture. Look at this posture. On either side of this lovely 10 of Cups card. So quite literally, I would say go meditate with your partner. If I want to say something really kind of literally. That 7 of Wands, you know, in this deck feels the only way that you're going to understand what it is that is keeping you awake at night, that is riling you up. And I'm going to my throat here, is to turn inward. And I think we're looking to the artwork here of both this 7 of Wands and this King of Cups, and that turning inward is so really important. Listen deeply. I want to pull a card here. Listen. You know, even when we're meditating or we're trying to meditate and we're still nattering away and our mind is going, yeah, da 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 da, you know, say something to yourself like, be quiet now. It's time to listen. And then when that inner chatter comes up again, let that inner chatter go, because I feel this is a feeling. This is a feeling. And I'm sensing that the beauty of this time for you is to, I feel like you don't understand what the potency of this 10 of Cups is. What the beauty of this 10 of Cups is. And maybe you are doubting the relationship you're in right now. Maybe you're doubting some things that are going on in your family. Maybe you're feeling a little different than somebody in your family. It feels like there's some emotional conflict that's going on right now. And the only way to move through that emotional conflict is to turn inward. Keita is here. Hello, Keita. Thanks for the sound check, Jonathan. So again, another message of slowing down. If you have something else you want to say here, let me know. Luna Moon. Oh, you're doubting a love from the past. Okay. Yeah, it feels like this feels like denial of this. So the advice is to turn inward, and I've shuffled an oracle deck for you. Awaken inner force. It's like the confidence. So in this card, we have a tremendous amount of inner fire and inner confidence that is mirrored in the dragon. The keyword here is awaken inner force. So it's you building that strength, that internal strength to trust enough to explore this relationship again. And then what I was saying about the voice is that you need to get really clear with the language around that authenticity, around how you can make this relationship feel more like you this time around. Because she knows exactly who she is. Maybe she just doesn't know how to share that with others. It's kind of interesting, actually. I know at some level we all do that, but that's your message for today. Alrighty. Zahira. Zahira is waiting on someone. All right. Oh, and Knitting Brow is here. Hello, hello to you. Lauer, Lauer. Hello, Lauer, Lauer. Okay. So you know what that really means. What does that really mean? I'm waiting on someone. I'm waiting on someone. I'm waiting on someone. Why are you waiting on someone? Why are you waiting? Why would you be waiting on yourself? Where does this insecurity to act come from? I'm going to say for you too, it also is here. So just say those words out loud. I'm waiting on someone. How does that feel in your body? How does that feel to be waiting? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's I'm sensing what you need is some fire. And that you're not going to know the answer right now. And that you waiting isn't serving you right now. So it's almost like do something else. Okay, so I need to look at your question so I can answer your question. Okay, love reading. So these things that I've been saying, Zahira, these are things that I feel emotionally, I feel in the ether, I feel empathically about you and your situation. Zahira, did you hear the previous readings? Because today's theme is very strong. So maybe, Jonathan, you can write today's theme in caps and like find a few words, because the theme is abundantly clear. Oh, that's so funny. That doesn't help. Well, this would confirm the need to wait and that something is brewing, but I just don't feel like that is the energy that you need. It feels like the waiting is fueling the energy of this 10 of Wands. It's the waiting that's creating the tension. It's the waiting that's creating this internal, I almost want to say indigestion. And so what I'm sensing is that you need to step away from this. There's no indication of a new love here, love blooming. And what I was feeling empathically is that to allow yourself to do something completely different. Do what you want to do. Stop hanging around and waiting for this other person. So what do you want to do? What do you really want to do? What do you want to do for yourself? To make yourself feel good, to make yourself feel lighter, to make yourself feel so, I don't know, like I want to go back to this whole idea of play. Why can't we just play? We don't have to create a masterpiece. Why can't we just finger paint? Why do we have to do something to the nth degree? You know, we don't have to compose a concerto. We can just go to the piano and play chopsticks, even though we haven't touched the piano in years. Are you feeling what I'm saying? If you give gifts to people this season, go get a few supplies, gather some things, collect some materials from your house that you could upcycle, and get creative. Like, do something for your heart. Do something for your heart, not in relation to this love. I'm pulling another oracle card for you because I want to get some more This doesn't really help me at all. Is he avoiding or she avoiding you? What is the next tarot card? I don't know. The energy feels like it is very slow. And so before I pulled any cards, I said, you need some fire. So go move. Go do something. Go do something. Put some spice in your food. But it's time for you to get up and go do something. Even if it's just go for a walk. And if you're not feeling like doing that because you're feeling depressed, I believe you said, then what is the card on the bottom of the deck? Maybe she already has everything she needs and she doesn't need this guy. Maybe everything she already has is complete within her. Right? This is the card on the bottom of the deck. Look at these two. This was the other card I pulled for clarification. So I think Andrew's right. Independence. So give yourself some I don't know. What fires you up? What fires you up? What gets you going? Is it music? Like, turn on some happy music. Yeah, I understand, Jonathan. It feels like the shadow is not embracing how strong you really are standing on your own. And I think Well-Tempered Claire was alluding to that as well, too. So thank you, Zahira. I hope this team effort has helped you. Are we at Carolyn? I just need to check with Jonathan. Yes, we are at Carolyn. Okay, good. All right. So Carolyn also wants to know about love. Love, love, love. All right, so this reading is for Carolyn R. Grussel. And Carolyn wants to know about love. I see there's still 23 people in the chat. For those of you that haven't been following from the beginning and are struggling with something right now, there's definitely a theme that's emerging today. Again, I'm sensing this. This is such a funny day. It feels like you already have everything that you need. Feels like you already have everything that you need. I've never really looked at this card in the way that I'm looking at it right now. You know, this almost looks to me like these wands here are part of a rib cage, and the rib cage is broken, and this is the spine. And it's like the back is broken. And I've never looked at it like that. And it looks like blood and heartache. Isn't that interesting? I've never really seen that in that 9 of wands in the Sasrabido. Quite a contrast to the card that's on the other side of the Queen of Pentacles. So the first thing I want to say is to celebrate your successes. Celebrate all that you do well. To give yourself, again, there's just a lot of, like, I feel like I've said multiple times today, give yourself permission to, and for you, I want to say, give yourself permission to acknowledge what it is that you do well. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You definitely don't need to reinvent the wheel. And so you wanted to know about love. So what does this say about love? Well, first of all, this says love yourself, celebrate yourself, to be kind to yourself, to give yourself everything that you deserve. And that perhaps in me seeing this brokenness here, this is a time for healing. This is a time for, what's that word I use in yoga all the time? It's a time for integration. It's a time for restoration. It's not a time, It's not a time for action. I'm going to go to the bottom again. Yeah. So the card on the bottom is the Five of Pentacles. So what I want to ask you, Carolyn, is, again, maybe like the previous querent, have you been holding out for somebody? Hey, Cheryl. And so we need to find the light and find that inner light and to celebrate that inner light. Because, yeah, I feel like this is a time of self-care for you. This is a time to really be good to you and be good to yourself. This isn't a time to be focusing on love, because you are really amazing on your own. And I don't think you have acknowledged that fully. And I wonder what this Nine of Wands represents for you, this need for a time of healing. And if it is a time of healing, it's not really the optimal time to enter into a new relationship or be seeking a new relationship. So again, reflect on those words. Reflect on any of the images that speak to you. And then check back in a couple of weeks and let us know how you're doing. Okay? Find da Donuts. Hello, Find da Donuts. Next is Michaela Celeste. Michaela Celeste. All right. So welcome, Michaela Celeste. I will endeavor to find your question. Maria Durado. Hello. Lady Knight of Avalon. Hello. I just need to take this one off. Okay. So is it this one? Well, I don't really feel comfortable answering a medical question. Is this a medical question or is this an emotional broken heart question? I would like to know. Not that they aren't unrelated. Clavis, hello. Okay, it's emotional. All right. There's so much common energy today. I feel like my jaw is broken. My jaw is so empathically, when I kind of pick up on your energy, I feel a tightness here. I feel a tension. And this could be something as simple as like, do you grind your teeth when you sleep? You know, like I feel so much tension here. So I'm curious what that is about. You asked about will you get through your broken heart? Let's pull a little witchy magic into this. No, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go over here. I pulled out Shadowscapes yesterday on Sunday for a reading, and I just feel like this is where I want to go. So the answer obviously is yes, you're going to get through it. And like I've shared with a few other people today, when we're feeling down, when we're feeling pain, when we're feeling the ache in the space of the heart or anywhere in the physical body, because sometimes when the heart aches, we don't feel it here. It might be in the gut. We might feel it in our teeth. And that is a clue. Those physical clues in the body are a way to tune into how to help to move through our stuff. But I want you to know that yes, you will move through it. But it's important not to move through it any faster than you're ready to move through it. And you can move through it like that. So it's entirely up to you. But to be in the process of it is okay. I get readings from others. For sure I do. That was Well-Tempered Claire's question. Is there, I think there's also a theme today of creativity, isn't there? That definitely seems to, Hanged Man, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Feels like a kind of a very spiritual energy here. All right. So quite literally, let's just, well, if nothing is literal, it's all symbolic, isn't it? I would be with others at this time. This does not, well, actually, this is a total conflict of information. So the Hanged Man invites us to see things in a different way, to completely turn ourselves upside down so we can see things in a different way. So perhaps this is the message of the breakup. This is the message of the breakup. Spirit wanted you to see life from a different angle. You were not meant to be with this particular partner. You needed to have your life turned upside down. And this is not the Tower. This is about your internal journey. This is the Hanged Man, and on either side of the Hanged Man, we have threes, right? Which are divine numbers. They're the first completion. They are the Trinity. So this feels deeply spiritual to me. So again, a message of turning in, but also I want to turn to those threes as comfort with others. And if you, in your cohort, in the people that you live with, if you're feeling alone in that regard, reach out to others. And maybe there is some kind of a group, a spiritual group that meets and chats through Zoom or something. But I'm just thinking of those two threes. And so I want to invite you into a support situation, into a group situation, as opposed to sitting alone and processing this. And I know there's a lot of groups that are meeting right now, but a lot of them are still meeting virtually. Let's see what else I can pick up from the artwork specifically. Oh, I mentioned that creativity thing is coming through. So yeah, so definitely to get creative. That feels, as I was looking at her and her intensity, as she's working on this piece of art here. Or she is possibly being created by this person that's down here. It feels like she might be the one that's being sculpted, and this is the creator here. There's definitely a connection with others and with people. There's definitely a sense of optimism and hope in this card. And then if we look to the details in the Hanged Man, this might, just give me 1 second here. The camera is, I want to see if it'll focus, because sometimes there's little tiny details in these cards that speak to you. And so there's a process in this hanging upside down. There definitely is a process. And what I see here is this hanged person is communing with nature. This hanged person is communing with the fairies and the spirits. Really interesting that we have the ankh up here as well too, hanging in the tree. Okay, so your message is one of communion. Communion. So get together, find your support with other people. Who knows what that could be? Could be in some kind of ceremony, or I don't think it's just a chat group. I think it's a something where you get together for something really beautiful and something healing. Yeah, you're welcome. Sometimes these messages are not clear as clear. All right. Where are we at, Jonathan? Hey, Sabo. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lauer. I am Constantine, a Libra male, and she is a Sagittarius, Natalia, my ex. Will she come back in 2021 to be together? Ooh, that is a big question. All right, so that's from Lauer. So that's a yes or no question. So you want to know yes or no? Yes or no? And I want to ask those of you that are in the chat that read tarot, how do you handle yes or no questions? The tarot doesn't necessarily speak in yes or no's, but there's a lot of information that the querent has given us, that Lauer has given us. And so we can look to clues about Sagittarius moving towards Libra. Oh, you like to use playing cards. Yeah. Okay, so this is for Lauer. Will his ex come back? It's kind of interesting, hey? Let's go here. Kind of an interesting card to answer the question. Make her a present. Make her a gift. Love this Nine of Swords card. Oh, okay. So here's what we've got. We have another repeating message. You know what it feels like? It feels like this little bit of greenery that is growing from the burnt heart. Right, so let's just look at this quite literally, because this is kind of beautiful. We have a burnt heart here. We have something growing from the burnt heart. We have this fierce kind of nightmare looking card here, and over on the left, we have somebody intently focused on creating something. And so there's a relationship to what is being created here and what is growing here. And so again, you are very much in the process of healing a relationship. And interestingly, I want to talk to the medicine of the wildcats and the processing of death. And I don't know if there was a death that tore you two apart, if what made your relationship so difficult was something to do with somebody dying, and or something, you know, you can think of death metaphorically. But whatever it was that died needed to die. And so your challenge now is to find the medicine in that death. Okay, so nobody died, but something died. Something died in the relationship. Something got, right? The heart is quite literally burned here. And so the medicine here is that you need to let the heart completely, you need to let this completely turn to ash. And today we've had some pretty powerful readings about letting go. This one feels like the strongest one so far. If there is something to be salvaged from the relationship, it's going to be something, it's going to look different. So the relationship isn't going to look like it did before. It's going to have a new flair to it. And I know you asked a yes or no question. So that if the question is, if you want her to come back and be exactly like she was, that's not going to happen. It's like you need to give her permission to come back and be fresh and be, it feels like she's discovered something this time apart and she needed to be apart. Maybe there was something in her that was dying. Maybe there was something in you that was dying. Maybe there was something in the relationship that was dying. And so both of you need to let that go. But there's definitely a sense of growth here. It's beautiful. The growth here and the growth here. So how you interpret that is entirely up to you. And we do have more growth and magic. The magician was underneath as the shadow card. And I see the magician very much mirroring this card on the left. Would she like it if you made something for her? What could you make? What could you make? What could you do with your hands? The hands are an expression of love. Anyway, reflect on these words. And again, take some time to reflect on them and any of the images that are coming up. Well-Tempered Claire says that he sees this card as fear. Fear, perhaps, of allowing things to be different is one way to look at it. And that scary looking animal is right in the middle. So what is fear? Fear is the what is fear? What is fear? Fear is our inability to be with things as they are. And so perhaps she moved away from the relationship in an attempt to see things differently. And so your job is to allow that, to give it its sufficient time to grow. And it feels like there was a glimmer of hope there, for sure. Andrea, hello to Andrea. All right, so we're at 105. I'm just going to kind of check in with how many more questions we have in the... All right, in the queue. Amit Kumar Sharma is next. Thank you, Jonathan. Amit Kumar Sharma. I will find you. You need to know about your job. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. I messed up there. Lady Knight of Avalon was next. Okay. Well, Amit, you are lucky. You're lucky. You slipped in the clue. And so I will answer this one, and then I'll go to Lady Knight of Avalon. There's a reason I need to answer this question. Okay. I won't be able to get to all of your questions today. After this one, I will do one more. So probably Lady Knight of Avalon will be the last one today. Okay, what does he need to know? Are your, sorry, strange question. Are your bones healthy? Bones. Are your bones healthy? Weird question. The word that's sticking out for me here is the caregiving aspect of this. This is the Queen of Buttons. Resourcefulness. So thinking outside the box may be the way. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm feeling like there are some opportunities. There are some opportunities, and there may be uh, what I said before, think outside the box in ways that you can serve your community, or ways that you can serve your wherever it is that you live and work. There's probably more than one thing that you could be doing. This Queen of Pentacles here would definitely indicate that word caregiving was coming up for me. Is it possible for you to create a business where you do exactly that? Is there work with the elderly? Is there work with children? Is there work with the ill? Is there something you could create to supply for the ill? Like, the Queen of Pentacles is really resourceful. So maybe you're not the caregiver, but you provide something for the caregivers. I don't know. There's that word just like leapt off the page for me. Oh, we've got more buttons here. So it's nice that we have these buttons. I like that. There's a connection between what's happening in this card and what's happening in this card. So it feels like there's a gift that you have that you could share that you're not sharing. Something perhaps that you didn't consider to be a business. And maybe start to make some lists and think about some of these areas that I have spoken to. I want to pull an oracle card for you as well, too. You're focusing on studies to do something for your society. Okay, so this definitely feels like the direction that you're going. This is about, it's definitely about working with community. The card at the bottom is the Judgment card, by the way. I want to pull an oracle card for you. I think that says a lot that the Judgment card is underneath there. So your reveal, your revelation, your next step. It doesn't feel like social work. It feels like more practical. Like, you're the person that provides the clothing packages for the poor, or you are the one who goes in to repair the furniture in the hospital, or like, to me it feels practical, and you at a soul level are going to receive so much from this connection with people. And because we've got two pentacles here, maybe you're actually, part of it is the financial assistance with the society. And anyone else has anything to, any light they can shed for? Interesting. So the oracle card is protection, which mirrors this card here. So this definitely feels to me like supporting, nurturing. Is there a place in your community where people are fed, where people can go if they're hungry? So that's the kind of work. That's the kind of places I would definitely be looking for work. And so the job, And I know you're asking a really practical question. So I think the job is there. So there's a job for you. There's a job for you at the place where people are being helped. So yes, you're studying this, but on a practical level, it feels like there's work there for you as well too. So go to where the people are hungry. Go to where the people are sick. Go to where the people are. There's something there for you. And maybe you create the job. Maybe somebody offers you the job, but there's something about you connecting with people and asking for work, or maybe creating the work. Maybe you go to a certain place and you observe something, and it's like, oh, I could do this to help them. And so you have to ask them for the work to do that. It's about being a little bit more resourceful. It will take you years to clear the exam. Okay, but there's still, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. There's still very practical work in this field without having passed the exam. Even if that is cooking food in the kitchen. There's the work for you is in the care, in the caring for others. Okay, so the last question today is a Lady Knight of Avalon. Knitting Brow keeps hearing logistics. Okay. Thank you for that, Gerald. All right, so let's reflect on this question. What is the reason for my first love to have come back into my life? What is the reason? What is the reason? I don't know. What deck do you want to use? People. What deck is going to tell us the reason? The reason. Okay. Get out of your head, Sadhana. He's come back in your life. Okay. Spirit has brought you together because you have something to share, something to show each other, something to learn from each other. And that might be resolved in a couple of days. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a lifetime thing. And so for all of you that have whatever your question is, sometimes we just need to step back and step back further, step back further, step back further, and go, okay, what is this? And look at the big picture. Lady Knight of Avalon is in Europe. He's in the US. Why in the world would Spirit be drawing them together? We have no idea. So sometimes we have to be a little bit, like take the mindset of a child on this. But if you're feeling drawn, you're feeling safe, you're feeling guided, then go. So we're asking Spirit now for any clarity on the underlying, on the reasons, on the divine purpose for this reconnection between Steve and Lady Knight of Avalon. He's going to share a secret with you. I don't know. He's going to share a secret with you. He's going to reveal something. He's going to take you to a temple. He's going to take you to the coven that he's joined. All right, so I love that this card came up. This, to me, this card coming up confirms that this trip is the right thing to do. That, like, don't second guess it. I love that that card has appeared. Don't you just love this deck? I love this deck. Oh my goodness. Cannot get, ever get tired of this deck. I would, oh, that's really good, Andrew. That's really good. Well-tempered Claire. Interesting. Okay, so I love when you guys are chatting in the chat. So look at this. Look how powerful this woman is. Look how powerful you are. Look how powerful the High Priestess is here. And so I want to change Well-Tempered Claire's words just a little bit, in that the purpose, the higher purpose for this trip is to show you how strong you are. Is that what you said? Or did you say to show him how strong you are? You were wondering if this was for a second chance. I'm gonna pull another card in a second, but I think the intuition of Well-Tempered Claire is really good on this, and I think these cards are really, they're bringing out something really beautiful within you. And I need to also trust what I was saying. So, you know, maybe in him revealing something to you, you will become supremely clear, because the High Priestess is clear. The High Priestess knows exactly what's going on. And so that you will, once you arrive there, you will know exactly how you are to act, whether you're to stay or whether you're to go. And so move to this journey, move into this journey with the strength, all the strength that you have. This is the card at the bottom of the deck, the Fool. Be open. Be open. And, you know, to be okay with not knowing is challenging for a lot of people. And I get that. I really do. All right. So let's pull an oracle card for Lady Knight of Avalon, and then we'll then we'll say our farewells. And for those of you that didn't get a reading today, come back early next Tuesday and get in the queue early. You can also book a reading with me through my website, integrativhealingwithsadhana.com. I want to cover up the keyword here. I kind of get, if you know this deck, you'll know what the keyword is, but I want to cover up the keyword and look just to the energy of the artwork. Hey there, Marg. So what do you get from the artwork? The butterfly. To me, it looks like the butterfly is pausing to eat, pausing to drink, pausing to get nourished. I'm just waiting to see if anybody's chiming in here. And so what I feel is like this journey needs to be very, very intentional. Very, very intentional. Like if you move into it with the mood of the High Priestess, with the mood of the Strength card, and do a little bit of I've got this, kind of self-affirmation, and kind of give the journey up to God, like give the journey to a higher power and move into a place of trust. This feels not so much a journey for your relationship, but it's an outward journey for your internal journey. And I think that message has been coming through with everyone. Hello to Anna. We said we would use this trip to find out if we still have the chemistry and if there is a second chance. So whatever happens on this journey, there's a lot of strength here. There's a lot of power. And so you need to stand in that power. And whether you stand in that power as an individual or you bring that strength to the relationship and the relationship takes on a completely new dynamic or some other scenario is completely up to you. But the message here is that you've got this. You've got this. And to feel that inner strength is the way that you'll be able to move through this as the confident, knowing woman that you are. All right. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. For those of you that, hello, Scarlett. For those of you that missed the, ooh, I like what Maria said. That's very, very poetic. So the journey is important, hey? The journey is important, and enjoy the journey. That will definitely, today in a couple of different readings that I was just feeling that mindset of the child, the heart of the child. And through this whole COVID-19 experience, we've had to take things so seriously. There's so much seriousness around us. And so we need to bring a little bit of lightness into it. And so to be in the moment. The hummingbird, let's look at the metaphor of the hummingbird. I think that's another great metaphor for this too. Not only the hummingbird being joy, the symbol of joy, but also the strength, the tenacity of the hummingbird. I know we didn't pull a hummingbird card. It's just an image that came to me. I'm shuffling. I want to just pull one final card from this deck. And then you'll have to cycle around. And I'll see if I can tie it back to the cards that we drew earlier. Oh, such a crazy deck. Wow. Yeah, don't hold on too tightly. Don't hold on too tightly. Let go. I'll show you the image. Just let me know how this one makes you feel. This is the Four of Pentacles. Kind of cool. In the initial reading, well, you can go back and look at it. I don't need to rehash all of that. So thank you all for being here today, and yeah, please reach out individually if you have questions and you'd like a reading. And sometimes readings don't have to be, with the cards and so forth. I can read you empathically and we can chat and I can help you work through things. And the cards often are just they're a tool to bring clarity to what you already know, really, because you know the answer to your question. You just need the confidence to look within and recognize that answer. So thank you to Jonathan Daly for the excellent modding today. I really, really appreciate it. And everybody stay well, and I'll see you soon. I'm hoping to do some pre-recorded videos this week because I haven't done any in ages. And I just need to sit down and do that because I've got some new decks to share with you and thoughts, of course, on some new decks or decks I've been modding. So stay well, everybody, and be kind to one another. Namaste.